Yep, this band has definitely impressed me yet again.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I did an actual album review. The two videos I originally had planned before this one, those have been pushed back. My vlogging video and my CD video. I'm going to get to those hopefully sometime within the next week if I'm not that busy. It's been pretty hectic, so... But here we are. New Red album came out. It's entitled Gone, and I'm reviewing it now before it's too late. Because I meant to do a review for Nothing More's latest album. Yeah, it's going to be pushed back. If I don't get a review for that album, then it's my recommendation to go get it. It's a good album. It's one of my favorites this year, if not my favorite. Okay, so let's get into this album. First track, it's called Step Inside the Violence. And let me tell you, this song is just amazing. It's really heavy. It's got these really killer guitar riffs in the beginning, and then those repeated guitar riffs appear in the verses again, and the verses are very mellow, pretty much like Starset, because they do have some electronics on here used accordingly. It seems like they tried to do something on this album that they weren't good at doing before. Cough cough, Release the Panic. But all over this album there's some electronics, scattered in there, like with some heavy instrumentation and stuff like that. But it works well, in my opinion. So, Step Inside the Violence is the heaviest one of the heavier songs on the album. Apparently Michael's favorite song on the album. And it's a good track for what it is. Definitely a good track. It's definitely been on repeat for a while now, all day today actually. A great opening, as Red does. Feed the Machine was a kick-ass opener for an album, for any album really. And Step Inside the Violence is pretty much like that. It's a great kickoff to a great album, and yeah, this album's been growing on me a lot today. And now, next we get into Still Alive, which is one of the main singles on the album. I believe this is the first one released. This is the one I heard first. This is their current single, and it's growing on me. It has grown on me over the past month or so, and it's a great song. It's very anthemic, and it's pretty heavy for a radio-friendly song, and it's not a bad thing at all. The lyrics could use some work, but it's kind of a pump-up song. I'm still alive, what's it all for, meaningless, nothing, all that. And it's a very good workout song, and this is great. This is a great song for what it is. Not my favorite on the album, but it's a good kick off as a single, and it's a very wise choice, I guess. Save the better material for later. You don't want to spoil the album. They leave little teasers on Instagram and stuff like that, so whatever. And next up you have Losing Control, which I talked about this and Still Alive in my video about a month ago when those songs came out. And yeah, I was blown away pretty much on the first listen, because I immediately fell in love with Losing Control. At first it made me think of like End of Silence, but like on steroids, but the more I listen to it, the less it sounds like, I guess, End of Silence. But it's definitely classic Red at its finest. One of, I believe, Red's best songs when it comes to vocal work, one of their best songs when it comes to guitar work and screaming. That blood-curdling scream at the ending is just insane. The ending of the song is insane, and it gives me a Starset vibe, which isn't really a bad thing because I'm a huge Starset nerd, I guess you could say. And this was one of the songs co-written by Dustin Bates of Starset, so that's a pretty cool touch to it, and it's very epic, a very great single choice, in my opinion. Next up, we have the title track, "Gone." Track 4. It's the more radio-friendly single out of the 3 that's been released off the album so far. I was kind of like, iffy on this song at first when I first heard it. Like, I didn't think it was completely terrible at first listen, but like at the same time, I wasn't really enjoying it all that much because of the synthesizers, like after the choruses and stuff like that. But after a couple of days, it started to grow on me, and I paid attention to the lyrics a little bit more. And I usually don't come to song music for just the lyrics. It's mainly about the music. But I paid attention to the lyrics more, and there's a certain line in the song: "Is the air I breathe my only legacy?" And that song just kind of made me rethink my whole life over. And it has grown on me for that reason. And I also thought the Star Set vibe was pretty cool. The steady beat at the beginning reminded me of Monster off of Vessels. Like the drums are literally exactly like that one part in the bridge of Monster, literally copy and paste. But it shouldn't surprise me since they do like are very associative with one another, and I believe Joe Ricker was on this album as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the actual CD just yet. I hope to get it soon. But yeah, it's a great song. Next up, we got "Coming Apart," which is probably the softest song on the album, and it works because I don't know. Red is known for like these gut-wrenching ballads, and "Coming Apart" is a great example of that. "In the Silence" had "Pieces." "Until We Have Faces" had "We Are Not Alone." "We Are Not Alone." "Not Alone," and "Hymn for the Missing." This is very reminiscent of that. It kind of makes me think of "Let It Burn" as far as the vocal melody goes, and it's a great song for that. And I love the vocal melodies in this song, and it's a great song overall. It almost made me tear up when I heard it more. It's nothing new for Red, but like it's very original of the song. It's not like copy and paste anything or something like that. It's one of the best songs on here. One of the better songs on here, in my opinion. And yeah, it's one of my favorites. Okay, next up we got Sia. They covered a Sia song called "Unstoppable." This one's a very interesting one. I thought the original song was okay. It's pretty catchy, I guess. And it's very interesting that Red did it. That Red made a cover of that. They did a cover for "Ordinary World," and that was a good one. This, I don't think lives up to it, but it's pretty interesting for what it is. The lyrics aren't like... the lyrics are kind of like predictable, I guess, even by Red standards. But this song is like pretty much just a cover, so I can't really say it's a bad thing or anything. But like I guess it was their label like that made them decide to do a cover song. It definitely does rival the original. I've heard the original and I compared the two, and it's not that bad of a cover. Not my favorite of the album, but I don't know. It's the weakest one in my opinion. But it's good for what it is. Next up, you got Fracture, and holy hell, this fucking song, Fractured. It's like Watch You Crawl and Death of Me came together and had a baby. If I could, give this song like a comparison, but it's like heavier than both of those songs combined. It's very dramatic sounding, it's dark, it sounds like a cry for help in the chorus, and the guitar melodies obviously remind me of the chorus of Watch You Crawl. This sounds like something that could be placed on Innocence and Instinct, a good old throwback to the old Red back to the days of the old Red, you know. But Red never really changed, so I can't really say old sound or anything like that. They definitely have evolved. Sorry, I'm getting off topic, but Fractured, it's definitely my favorite off the album. It's very heavy. And let's talk about that breakdown. I'm going to play a short clip of it. That's some epic shit right there. I was not expecting that from Red. It definitely fits their style. It's heavier than most of the songs off of their last album of Beauty and Rage. And yeah, it's a really great song in my opinion. Holy hell, I can't say enough about this song. It's definitely my favorite off the album. And possibly a top 10 contender of my favorite Red songs. Yeah, it's probably an honorable mention if I were to give it a place. But we'll see how it does in that aging department. In order for me to tell which is in my top 10 favorite Red songs. I think I might do a video on that. Like, I think I might do a top 10 Red video. How do you guys think about that? Yeah. Anyway, sound off in the comments below. But yeah, it's a great song. Chasing Your Echo is the next track, and first listen, I got huge Bring Me The Horizon vibes in this song. It makes me think of something off of Sempiternal. I'm going to play a clip of this song right now. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the Sempiternal era of Bring Me The Horizon, which is really epic in my opinion. It's got some really cool breakdowns in the intro and then like in the second part of the chorus. And in the song, the lyrics in the song sound very dramatic. Like the way Michael Barnes sings those lyrics in the song, and it sounds very dramatic and it's very dark. You can always expect that larger than life chorus sound from Red. And that's the good kind of predictable if you're talking about Red, and that's the same deal with Starset. They always bring that larger than life chorus, and they have done that. Showcases in Chasing Your Echo. It makes me think of like Bring Me The Horizon meets Breaking Benjamin meets I guess Chevelle, Tool, A Perfect Circle, Deftones, all that good stuff. And it's a great song. I actually thought this was going to be a ballad. When I saw the title, but I'm like, this is not a ballad, but this is fucking awesome. And the breakdown, like the bridge, it made me think of Let Go with the screaming. He screams like Obsession, which is what Rob Graves on Twitter like recorded and like posted on Twitter and stuff like that. And it sounds fucking epic. It's much Michael screaming Obsession in the chorus, in the bridge. Yeah, the bridge. It's definitely the bridge. And next we got AI. I believe this is the other song that Dustin Bates of Starset co-wrote, because it does have that vibe. I wouldn't say it's like copy and paste or anything, but some of it kind of does give me a Starset vibe. But it's a really great song for what it is. AI, I believe, stands for Artificial Intelligence, which is a really good one. And the chorus is obviously very powerful, and the way Michael enunciates the lyrics in the song, it's very captivating to me, and it's a very great song. It makes me think of something that would be on Until We Have Faces meets like End of Silence, and the first 3 Red albums in my opinion. Hell yeah, definitely 100% classic Red, and it's a good song for what it is. Definitely a great Red song. Okay, last track on the standard edition of Gone, which is Singularity. And yeah, it's a great song. It's a great closer. It gives me a lot of big Muse vibes. I think a lot of people got a lot of Muse vibes. And Mike Barnes, it sounds like Matt Bellamy in the song. in certain parts, and there's the pianos in the song that made me think of Apocalypse Please off of the Absolution album, which is not a bad thing at all, because you can definitely hear the influence, and like there's this part, the final part of the song, you know, it kind of borrows from Everglow from Starset, which is really not a bad thing at all in my opinion, and yeah, I think it's a great way to end the album, and okay, now I'm going to be talking about like some of the deluxe tracks on this deluxe edition of the album, because the rest are just remixes, and there's like 2 original songs thrown in the mix. Some of the remixes are good, but the other ones are just kind of pointless. You know, I don't go to Red for remixes like I said. But I'm gonna be talking about the ones that are like original. Okay, first there is Mask That Slips Away, which is very End of Silence, Until We Have Faces-esque, you know, and it's got a really good vibe to it, and it's very emotional. And Still Alive, Looking for a Reason, which is basically just like Still Alive but kind of stripped back like they did with their first 2 albums, with Fight Inside, with Nothing and Everything, and the first album Already Over, with Already Over, and Already Over Part 2 with an acoustic version. So I think that's what they're doing with this album. They're bringing something back to the table, I guess you could say. And yeah, that concludes this review, and thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of Gone by Red. Let me know what you guys think of Red in general. Let me know in the comments below. What do you want me to review next? I can't promise reviews right away, but sorry. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think of this album. Comments below, and I'm out.